Hi guys, I want to make a video because why not? And I want to talk about something that I've been thinking about because I've been sick for these past couple of days. So like yesterday I was just laying in my bed all day long, blowing my nose. I was shaking. You know, like when you could feel like your spine is like sore and you could just like feel it's present in your body. Yeah, I just was like not doing too hot yesterday. But today I've been feeling so much better. I haven't really been, I mean, this morning I was blowing my nose, but like right now I haven't had to blow my nose. And so yeah, I'm feeling so much better. And I just want to talk about some things I was thinking about during my time of sickness. Um, and honestly, I want to talk about some things I've been thinking about, generally speaking. So it's crazy how I've like received a community because at one point in my life, there wasn't really a lot of people that cared about me. And I've always been outcasted throughout my whole entire existence. And I always just like, I was never popular. I was always like the weirdo, the loner. In fourth grade, I used to sit alone at a lunch table in the cafeteria, and I was the only person the whole entire cafeteria that sat alone. Like everybody else was sitting in groups at all the different tables, and I was the only person in the cafeteria sitting alone. And the teacher would try to like eradicate it by like putting some of the other girls in my class at that table, but like she would, and then they would turn to each other and just talk. And I would just be sitting there feeling almost even worse that she put a bunch of people at my table just for them to like talk amongst themselves and ignore me and act like I didn't even exist. And people would just be rude to me. Like, seriously, like the kids were so rude to me. I mean, seriously, like, they would scowl when they had to be partnered up with me, and I didn't do anything. Like, I'm being quite frank, I just felt like me as a person was just off-putting to people. And throughout my life, I always just like thought I was a mistake or there's something wrong with me. You know what I mean? I was gay. I was into like the monsters, the demons, the vampires. And I just like there was always just something wrong with me. And I always just like felt this burden about it throughout my whole entire existence. And I try to conform and I try to be normal, but I would end up hurting myself when I would do that and hurting others. And, you know, I just never could. How hard, like, even if I tried really, really hard to conform, like, I just couldn't. Like, it just wasn't possible for me to do so. So yeah, throughout my life, I've just felt this, like, sense of not belonging anywhere. Even in my family, I just felt like I never really belonged. And it's not that, like, I feel this way, but I sometimes, like, wonder to myself, like, why I was even born in my family. Like, why am I even here? Because I just have always stuck out like a sore thumb. And I don't really resonate with a lot of the things that they resonate with, you know? I just don't. Like, when it comes to their spirituality, I have to play a character. Pretend like I actually care when I simply don't. You know what I mean? Like, I just have to lie and fake so I can be safe. And it's just so exhausting feeling that way. So, you know, throughout, like, I guess these past months, I've just really been thinking about my purpose here on Earth and my purpose in my family. And, you know, I've discovered a few things. You know, with my art, with my creations, I really want to have, like, two themes. Self-expression and liberation. Those are the most important themes to me. You know, I want this world to be a different place where people can express themselves however they want to express themselves, and people can have whatever spirituality that they desire without feeling judged. And I would just love those themes to be the main things that motivate me when it comes down to my purpose here. And for me, like, I just have felt like I've always had to hide and suffocate myself here in this household that I live in. And so when it comes into my art, it's an extension of who I truly am, the person that I cannot be here, but the person I can be out there in the world beyond me. And that's one thing I really do enjoy about the internet. I get to just express myself freely and just be who I am freely and not really have to care, because it's my world out there. It's my platform, and I can share whatever the hell I want to share, and share my spirituality and share my truth, my stories, without having to feel fear like I do when I'm at home. And so it's really important to me that I find people who are like me. Like, I've always wanted just like a community of weirdos, outcasts behind me. And I just want to make weird ass art and make disgusting ass horror movies and weird ass music. You know, that's all I've wanted. And with Moon Hour, because I know that a lot of the people who are watching this channel came from my Subliminal channel. With Moon Hour, I just felt like I couldn't really fully do that, to be quite frank. Like, I just felt like I had to suffocate myself. You know, I could express like my gothic style, but I couldn't really talk about my spirituality in depth because I just felt like people wouldn't resonate with it. And I didn't want people to be scared. So I just decided to just like walk away. I have like a more in-depth reasoning for why I walked away from Moon Hour, and that's like on my Patreon. But, you know, one of the biggest reasons I decided to like walk away, it's just because like I felt like I was suffocating myself. And also, I just, quite frankly, was getting tired of the community, you know? It's like, why do I have to suffocate myself for a community that just, that's racist, that's insane? Like, I'm not saying that my personal community was, but I'm saying the Subliminal community as a whole is just racist, irritating. Everyone's like 12 years old. And like the people that are adults are like fucking stupid, act like they're 12. So it's like, I mean, everyone's just dumb as hell. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but people are just racist for no reason and just dumb as fuck. Like, let's just be honest, I just could not continue being in a community where people just have such a low IQ. You know, it's just like, it's just nasty. Let's just be honest. And I just needed to focus on myself, really, and come to a community where I can just fully express the truth of me. And so I've done that with my other channel, and it just feels nice to be myself. It's liberating, and that's all I really care about when it comes down to my world order. I care about liberating myself, liberating others with my art, and expressing myself to the fullest capacity that I can. And trust and believe when I leave this house. Oh, I'm shaving off my hair. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm not shaving my hair, but I'm gonna fucking sleeve up my arms with tattoos. And I'm gonna get a cat. And I'm gonna be living my wildest dreams in the state that I actually want to live in. And I'm going to be weird and insane and wear whatever clothes I want to wear. No, I can't even get like a pentagram belt. There's this pentagram belt I wanted from Killstar. I was almost hesitant to even purchase it, and I didn't because, let's just be honest, the clothes at Killstar are expensive as fuck. Like, there's no way I'm about to pay like $60 for 2 belts. You're insane. So, but like, there's a pentagram belt that I wanted. I was like, I don't even know when I'm gonna be able to wear it, because I'm scared that I'm gonna get my ass beat for wearing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm scared that I'm gonna get my ass in trouble by my parents. Not saying that they would physically hit me, but I'm just saying, like, I'm scared that they're gonna get me in trouble and just yell at me for doing that. And I just hope with my art and the music and all the shit that I create, I can help liberate some weird kids that were like me, the kids that have always felt outcasted in society, because that's truly what I'm for. And I felt like with Moon Hour, I wasn't really like following that purpose. I want to be a beacon of light for people who are outcasted, who are weird, who are unique and different. And I felt like with Moon Hour, I had to like suffocate myself to fit in the box of what people wanted. And I just couldn't stand up for that anymore. And, you know, like, I wasn't even making like a considerable amount of money for me to like want to sit here and stay. Not saying that's all about money, because I was really passionate about making subliminals. That's really all that mattered. But it's just like, also, like, you have to consider the time that I put into it. Like, I know that it was a hobby, but like, for a community that's like toxic and on the bullshit all the time, yeah, it's not really the best hobby to put that time into. So, especially if like you're not really making the bag. I mean, I would make a bag off of like commissions and shit like that and Patreon, but like, you know, it's just not worth it. Especially when I'm having to suffocate myself. So, yeah, I think that's all I really wanted to share. And I hope with like my art, I really can help change other people's world in a way. And if not, well, I guess I fucked up. But yeah, it's just like, I hope my art can liberate me as well. I'm talking about like emancipate me from this house. Because that's what I do a lot of this shit for. Like, a lot of this shit is because I really want to be emancipated. So, so, I mean, that prayer is probably gonna be answered soon. Because like I've been having like, I guess like readings or just like signs about like leaving this place. I don't really know how that's gonna happen because I don't have a driver's license, nor do I have a car. So I don't really know what the signs, maybe it's like there's gonna be a miracle type situation that happens. I don't really know. But yeah, I've been having like some type of, hopefully it doesn't happen in a way that I don't expect, where it's like, okay, you're getting kicked out. Woo. I mean, I would be emancipated, but that wouldn't be the safest situation for me, so that's that. That's all I have to say. Yeah. So, thanks for listening. Nah, I'm just playing. It's not being a beat.